Well, I'm just talking about all the interesting topics today, aren't I? Well, okay, so you see the title of the video, so I guess we're gonna get into it. So to honestly answer this question, it's an I don't know, but by the end of the video, maybe I might have a conclusive answer. So sometimes I think I am a bully to people. So let's start it with my brother. Now, brothers or siblings just in general, they fight and it's like they argue, tackle, whatever you want to call it. And that's like all cool. I think he does it more to me than I do to him. And then, but like, I have sent him to the hospital, so I'm one up on him on that. But it was a freak accident, and it was both of our faults because we shouldn't have been wrestling when our parents told us not to. And we have wooden floors. If we would have had carpeted floors, that probably wouldn't have happened. So, just a freak accident. But yeah, he's stronger, taller, bigger, faster than I am. So, if we actually did, he scratched me pretty badly up under my eye a couple years ago. So, like, if we actually got into a physical fight, he would win. He can also see. He can grab something and hit me over the head, and I'm so short. So, yes, we also, but I wouldn't call that a boy. I'd call that a brother-sibling thing. But, when we cross the line of, like, abusive sibling fights, then that's a whole other subject. But yeah, and so the next thing I want to move on to is at Mattoon High School. I have two different groups of friends between Mattoon High School and IFBI, Illinois School for the Visually Impaired. And so at MHS, I didn't really talk to a lot of people. I had a small friend group, and I wasn't mean to anyone. More people were mean to me than I was to them. And then when we go to IFBI, it's a whole other story. So, one more thing before I answer the question. I think I try to be funny, and sometimes my jokes aren't funny because people don't think they're funny. I think they sound good in my head. They come out of my mouth and they're not that funny. And so, I think just by watching YouTube all the time and people roasting each other, and then my brother and I constantly do it to each other. We'll roast each other. Hey, you don't have a girlfriend. Hey, you're short. Hey, you're all this sort of stuff. And we'll like trash talk each other, try to roast each other as much as possible. And then even my mom and dad get in on it, because half the time it goes over their head, but when they come back with a roast, it burns. They never do it, and we think they don't understand what we're talking about, but when they do it, it is so good when my parents roast us. But like Mac and I just do it all the time, it just sort of doesn't sting anymore when Mac does it. It probably doesn't sting when I do it to him because we do it every day, several times a day, or attempt to and fail so often. Like Gabby has first hand of this. Like Mac will roast me, Gabby will roast me, I'll roast Gabby, I'll roast Mac, or attempt to, and it's just funny. We just sort of laugh it off. But at IFBI, we all come from different places. We got people with depression problems, people with like tragic backstories, and all sorts of people. And so I just sort of take what I see from YouTube and hanging out with my brother as constantly roasting each other, and I try to do the same thing at IFBI, and it comes off as rude. Like, one time we were playing two truths and one lie, and this one girl said that she was smart, and so that wasn't the lie. And so I said, you told two lies? And everyone's like, ooh. And then she tore into me. Her name's Alexis. I hate you. But anyway, she tore into me about how, I don't know her past, but then she didn't explain her past to me, so I get it. And how she pretended to not be as smart, so some science thing behind it or whatever. So people don't talk to her or be mean to her or something like that. And she left, and when everyone hated me, I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I was just trying to roast her. Or like I'll go for another roast, some other time, and they're like, that's not funny, that's rude. One time we were in the dining hall, and I was talking to my friend Gabby, and our friend Katie was there too. I'm like, Gabby, Katie's nicer than you. And she just started crying. I'm like, what? I'm like, I mean, I know people said worse stuff to you. I mean, I wasn't trying to be mean. I was her friend. I mean, still is her friend. And I have no clue what happened. So I guess that was mean. And then right before it, I said something mean to Katie too. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, shoot. And then, so I've done that too. And then this kid, Miguel, second week at FBI. It was January. We're going to a pep rally for cheerleading and wrestling. Second week, I think. No, it had to be a couple weeks because it was the weekend Kobe Bryant died. I remember that much because they weren't there. They were in Arkansas. But anyway, so that Friday, last Friday in January or whatever, Miguel falls down the stairs. I do a little chuckle, and the whole school's mad at me to this day for some dumb reason. Okay, so people fall down the stairs and try not to laugh videos. People, fall down the stairs just in general. But, and I wasn't, full-on evil, methodical laughing at him. I just did a little chuckle, did you seriously just fall down the stairs? Sort of moment. And then, the period before that, I slipped and sort of slid down the stairs, but I had my backpack. So, I would land on my backpack and slid down the stairs. So I also found ironic that he did the same thing right after me. Because it was winter and the stairs were slick. And so, but he wasn't freaking out. We were right outside the health center conveniently. So one of my friends went to get the nurse. And I was sort of just walked around him and went to the pep rally. But his nose was bleeding, but it wasn't bad. I talked to him later. He was all cool and everything. But the school was livid. His girlfriend was ticked. His friend Leo was ticked. Gabby was ticked. Alexis was ticked. Everyone was freaking ticked for some reason. I'm like, really? Okay, I don't know if it's because my brother laughs at me whenever I do something stupid, or I laugh at him when he does something stupid, or something funny happened, but Jesus Christ, had they ever heard of forgive and forget? I mean, I was the new student, and it's June, and I bet if I talked to one of them, they'd be like, hey, didn't you laugh at Miguel when he fell down the stairs? And I'm like, give me a break. But now looking back on it, Miguel had ticked me off, and now I don't regret laughing at him whatsoever. Because in March or whatever, I told him, if you fell down the stairs again, I would laugh at you again. And that set Haley off on me, but, Yeah. But I mean, the point of it, and then another thing is that, things that I think that aren't mean come off as really mean, and people are like, wow, I can't believe you say that. But stuff that I think isn't that good or not mean, they're like, oh, that was a roast. So I'm like, where's the middle ground here? So, to answer my own question, I'm gonna say no, I am not a bully. Look, like what happened this past week with Miguel and Leo and Haley. I know Gabby the only one who knows what those people are, but Miguel, what they did to me and my friends, I think what happened at Miguel when he fell down the stairs is now justified. I think Lexi need to get a gut check, or a brain check, or whatever they say. She needs to check herself before she wrecks herself. Leo is annoying. Haley just... Anyway, and my brother, we're cool. He'll probably punch me later, he does it all the time. Several videos. But, to answer my own question, no. I don't think I am a bully. And if anyone asks me about it, sure, I'll talk to you about it. You'll probably bring up some instance when I was 18 months old, when I wanted this kid named Michael to give me a hug. He's like, give me a hug. I'm like, give me a hug. He's like, no. I said, give me a hug. No. So I bit him. Is that a bully? I was a year old. Huh? Is that a bully? Okay, the time I pushed my brother into a swimming pool at camp. Is that a bully? Okay, sure. Sometimes I say things that are mean. I don't mean them to come off as mean, they do. Or sometimes I think like that I'm trying to be funny and the joke isn't funny and it actually hurt their feelings. I always apologize. I say I'm sorry. We're cool. But I don't think I'm a bully. So, to answer my own question, no, I'm not a bully. So, if you want to discuss this, sure, whatever. If you somehow meet me, I'll talk it over with you later, Gabby, if you want to. But anyway, no, I'm not a bully. Glad to get that over with.